Today we're here with Aaron Bashir. He's from Pennsylvania, District 2 in Philadelphia. He's running for Congress, and today he's in New York with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Now, right off the bat, as you know, we're here today on an important day for many different reasons. The political climate in the country is questionable and so forth. Yesterday, President Trump has been fired at, and there was a little bit of blood on his ear. And the state of people and perception and how people are reacting to all of this is all over the place. There are many sides, many viewpoints. What are your thoughts on that?
First of all, I wanted to thank QNS Voice to give us this coverage. First of all, I praise and thank God that President Trump is fine, and even though he was attacked, but thank God he is saved. God protected him, and I also wanted to thank all the law enforcement officers, the Secret Service agents, who really acted upon time, and they de-escalated the situation and they eliminated the threat. First of all, I'm very thankful for that. Now also, I wanted to condemn this incident in the strongest possible words. This is America we live in. It is not a third world country. No one should be getting shot because of their political views and the difference of opinions that we have. This country is all about freedom, freedom of speech, freedom to disagree. This country is all about individual liberties. And of course, this was a sad day for our country. I was very sad and I was very angry as well, because he's one of the best presidents we ever had in the history, and this man loves the country. He had everything. He was a billionaire and he still is a billionaire. He didn't have to put himself and his family in this position. But this man loves this country, and when he saw this country was going down, this country was not on the right track, he decided to run. But now people are coming after him and especially trying to assassinate him. I strongly condemn that attack. It is unacceptable, and I pray and I hope that full investigation, the fair investigation happens, and we can really go to the culprits. Because to me, it is not just the person who shot him, but who prepared that person, who made this happen, who was really behind that. I wanted to see all those facilitators, the planners, agitators. I wanted to see all of them behind the bars, because we live in America and this country is not about that. So I again strongly condemn that. I thank God that President Trump is safe, and I wanted to see the accountability. I wanted to see the culprits behind the bars.
Now, is that one of the reasons you are in New York today? What brings you to this fine state?
Well, I'm here on a couple of important engagements that I have. Yesterday we had a good event with the Brooklyn Republican Party chairman and Pakistani American community. So we had a lot of candidates, and I also went in there and spoke there. So as Republicans, regardless of what counties, what cities, what states we are living in, we share the same values, we share the same message. And our message is simple. We wanted to empower people. We want the government to be smaller. It's all about individual liberties, because we believe that the individuals, they are sovereigns. Okay, we have this concept of sovereign citizens. You are powerful. You should have that freedom to do what you wanted to do. It should be none of the business of the government to tell you, what you can wear, what you can believe, okay, what could be taught in the schools, how you can raise your family, how to define the different kind of things that are happening in society right now. So we Republicans support strongly America. We want prosperous, stronger America, and that's why we all come together. And it was an honor for me to share the stage with a couple of good friends yesterday.
And definitely, there is a lot of government overreach that's been happening in the last 4 years across the world, across the United States as well. How do you think civilization has turned its trajectory from where we were in 2019 and where we are today, and where do you think it's going, and what could the solution be to this?
Well, you're absolutely right. We are not on the right track. A lot of things have happened. I'm an immigrant. I came to America 25 years ago. At that time, it was a different America. Today, it's entirely different America. And what happened yesterday, that they tried to assassinate President Trump, because they know that Biden cannot win fairly, and that's why they're trying to get rid of him, because Trump is against the status quo. He is the man of logic and common sense, and that's why they hate him, and that's why they're trying to get rid of him. So there is government outreach, absolutely. Let's talk about COVID-19. The government forced people to take the vaccination. Okay, the very same party who believes that they are all for choices. They didn't give people a choice whether to have the vaccine or not the vaccine. So it's all about individual liberties. But right now, the Democrat Party, it is controlled by these radical leftists who don't believe in your individual freedoms. They wanted to control your life, and that's what they've been doing. We can see, that's what they did in the COVID. And right now, if you look at everything, what's going on in this country, it's all about getting more and more power. Right now, they're pushing for the digital currencies. They wanted to come inside of your pockets. They wanted to control how much money you have in your pocket. They wanted to have a power on it, and that's unacceptable. Okay, so it's government outreach when they're trying to define the marriage. They want us to accept the definition of marriage that they believe in. They wanted to have their own doctrination in the school system, what they believe. This is what all this country is about. But in honestly, this is what the founding fathers believed in. They believed in the smaller government. They believed in the empowerment of individuals and individual liberties. So this is where the country is heading in the wrong direction, and that's why I'm running for U.S. Congress, so we could stick with the core foundational American values, which is all about individual responsibility, individual liberties, and also free markets.
One of the things regarding government overreach is something of the various three-letter agencies that exist, and there is a overturning of the Chevron deference, the Chevron doctrine, and it is theorized that this overturning will affect all the way down to the local, state levels, and even down to the county levels, depending on which area is being affected. So, touching upon the COVID aspect and the mandates, the CDC has always been responsible for that. So, do you think the Chevron doctrine's overturning will have any effect on future pandemics and future lockdowns, or will that still take place, or are we free from all of those things?
Well, as I said, what I believe in is in the smaller government. Right now, if you look at Philadelphia, that's where I'm originally from, our school district is really struggling. Even though we have been pouring millions and millions of dollars into it, but there is no performance. So what I believe in is school choice. Okay, the parents should have freedom to send their children wherever they want to. And with they having a centralized educational board at federal level and state level and at the city levels, it doesn't help anybody. Okay, because they keep compromising on the lower standards and lower quality of education, and that's what we would like to see changed. We wanted to have the local boards that are controlled by the parents. Parents should have a say what should be taught to their children, not the government. And that's why I believe that any acts that supports that ideology, I would support that. And I would oppose any kind of acts that goes against the will of parents. I would oppose that, because it's all about the empowerment of individuals, empowerment of families, empowerment of parents. And that's what I believe in.
So a lot of people on the other side of the coin don't see this being a problem, but there are some people who do see that individual freedom and the parents' choice to have a certain curriculum and choice of school is important. So what are some of the negative aspects that one can see on a day-to-day basis in civilization and society if this is not followed? If where does it end? How far does it stretch? Do we end up going into a situation where there's no more education, where kids are not educated and crime is rampant? Or that's one scenario. What is the ultimate scenario if this isn't corrected now? Where do we end up?
Well, right now we are already in a big mess. If you come to Philadelphia, our school district is one of the worst ones regarding the performance. Our literacy rate according to mathematical standards comparative to other schools, it's only 23%. 43% is the reading level. That's how bad we are. Some of the kids who are graduating from the schools, the reading comprehension level is only up to the 3rd grade. So that's how bad we have gotten. So as you said, they are pushing it to the extremes. What they are defining in curriculum right now, that kids can change their gender. Children, minors, without the permission of their parents, they can adopt the LGBTQ lifestyle. And that's what concerns me, regardless of what religion you have, whether you are a Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, it doesn't matter. They don't want parents to have the control, but they wanted to control the parents and the children. And right now, it is a shame. The parents should have the say what should be taught to their children, not the government. And that's what I believe in. So a lot of people It is a disgrace what they are trying to do with the minors. I received a survey, a questionnaire, just like last week, where one of the organizations who supports and do the propaganda for LGBTQ rights, they send me questionnaires, and one of the questions was all about minors, whether as a congressman I will support that lifestyle and I'll support those minors who will believe in that lifestyle. So first of all, they are minors. We don't need to teach them about sexuality. It is not the age. Okay, let them grow, let them become adults. Let them decide who they are. But why do we have to push for that agenda from the schools? That's the extreme that they are going to, and that's why I oppose these liberals and progressives, because they are attacking the gender of innocent children who cannot distinguish between right and wrong, and they want them to change the gender. They have all this manipulation, indoctrination in the school. This is absolutely a disgrace, and that's why we are against it, because they are going to the extremes to destroy the society. They are destroying the family, they are destroying the children, they are destroying the future generations. So any person with common sense, regardless of what party you belong to, you won't allow inappropriate contents to be viewed by children. But just think about it. It's the fact, in black and white, these people are pushing that abominations, that chaos on little children. That's why we are against the overreach of the government and these kind of organizations. These boards who are controlled by liberals and progressives, and a lot of them who are pushing for LGBTQ lifestyle on the minors, this is unacceptable. At the end of the day, it's none of my business what you do in your bedroom. It's none of my business, right? But when you push that lifestyle on the children, it concerns me, because it's gonna to be bad for the society. Okay, think about all the STDs, think about all the HIVs that's gonna to happen. This is why it's not appropriate. It's not about sexuality. It's about teaching children to be free thinkers, do the critical thinking, understanding who they are, how the society works, okay, how to respect themselves, how to respect the laws, how to respect the society, and be great members of this country, great citizens of this country, to contribute whatever best they can. So that's what my position on that is.
And you also mentioned some points on economy and things of that nature, and where we might be going if certain things continue going this way. Tell us a little bit about your economic values and that sort of thing.
Well, I believe in free markets, okay, but let's look at some facts right now where we are as a country. Right now we are under $36 trillion debt. Every single second, we are paying $100,000 just in interest. You can Google the clock right now, okay? So we are sinking under more and more debt as a nation. Every year, on average, our budget is in deficit for $2 trillion. All right, this is where we are. So what does that mean for an average American? All right, it means right now we are paying much more prices for what we could afford before. Look at the gas prices, they are skyrocketing. Look at the grocery prices, they are skyrocketing. Look at the interest rates, mortgages. People cannot afford buying the homes. During the Trump era, it was only 3%, 4%. At the most, we were paying 5% in interest. Right now, it's hitting 8 to 9%. And if you really got a bad credit, worse credit, it's like 12 to 15%. So that means now what you could pay for your home 4 years ago, now you cannot afford this, because you have to pay 2 times or 3 times what you could have paid before. So in other words, interest rates are skyrocketing, inflation is skyrocketing, gas prices, everything that you touch is a mess right now. So this is how worst our economy is. This is why we need the change in the country. We need Trump back. We need Republicans to come back to fix the economy. And this is why I'm running for US Congress, because I love this country. I don't want to see this country going down. Because if this country goes down, we all go down. This is our homeland, and I would do everything in my power to save this nation.
One of the things that affects inflation is the migrant crisis and the issues at the border. We're all immigrants. I'm an immigrant. You're an immigrant. But we came in the right way through a certain process. So what are your thoughts on that?
You're absolutely right. America is all about having immigrants, but the legal immigrants, not the illegal immigrants. I'm not against immigration, and Republican Party is not against the immigrants. What we are against is the illegal immigrants. Because when people pour into our borders, undocumented, all right, the ineligible people, when they start getting into this country, it will be a chaos, it will be a jungle. In the last 4 years of Biden administration time, there are 9.5 million people who have poured into our borders, and thousands of people keep coming into our borders every single day. It's a disgrace, and it's an insult to our laws. There is no country without borders. So if we don't have borders, we don't have an America. And another thing that concerns me right now, that how many of those people who are pouring into borders, right, do we have the security clearances on them? Do we have the background checks on them, right? How many of them can come and hurt our families, can hurt us? We don't know. And you already know, like there are a lot of incidents, a lot of things that have happened, the crimes have happened, where the illegals came in because they know they don't have any records. They raped women, they killed people, and then they left. What breaks my heart, last month when Trump was here, we were talking about a minor girl who was raped by illegal immigrant. Okay, I don't call them immigrant, I call them illegals because they are breaking our law. They are not being held accountable. There is nothing that we can do against that. What Biden administration has taught us that people are going to keep coming and we cannot do anything about it. That is a wrong perception. That's false. Yes, we can stop that. We can close our borders and we can allow the good people to come into this country. We will be, I would say that not smart people if we allow the bad people to come into this country. So this is why it's important. What you have done, what I have done, our family. For example, my uncle waited for 16 years for his turn to be in the United States, right? My mom waited for like 8 years. My brother waited for 6 years. They went through those rigid security clearances before they could come to this country. But right now, what Biden has done, what these Democrats have done, and these progressive Democrats, I'm talking about these leftist Democrats, they don't care. They think they have these unlimited resources. They can feed all the people. They can educate all the people free. They can provide the free health care. But as an adults, as mature people, as prudent people, we know that that is not true. It's always a cost. There is always a cost to do something, whether it is an effort, whether it is sacrifice of time, whether it is sacrifice of resources. So that's where we are. So this is one of the worst times in American history right now. Our economy is struggling, our borders are insecure, our schools are failing, okay? Inflation is skyrocketing. It is time for the common sense policies. And this is why I love Trump. This is why I'm running for US Congress, because we wanted to bring the common sense policies back. That will put more money in the pockets of Americans. That will strengthen them, that will empower them, and that will give them power to raise their families and achieve the American dream that they need to achieve.
And this also touches upon the core values. Tell me a little bit about what core values that exist that you think are important.
Well, our founding fathers, they were men and women of faith. They believed in God, they believed in hard work, they believed in honesty and integrity. And that's what they have been messing up with right now. These progressives, these liberals, these leftists, they are attacking God. They don't want no God in the school system. They don't want no God in the government, in the public, and that is a foundational mistake. This is what's pushing this country down. Right now, Philadelphia is struggling with the high crimes. And one of the reasons because there is no God in the school system. The 10 commandments are not being taught in the school system. And they are universal human values. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt respect your father and mother. And we wanted to see those values back in the school system. That there is a God, and as an individual, you are accountable to that God. You are accountable to society, what you are doing. And right now, these liberals, these leftists, in the name of inclusion, in the name of diversity, they are destroying our faith. They are destroying God, the concept that we had before, our faith. That's so dear. That was so dear to our founding fathers, and that's very important to me. That's very important for our society. That's why we see a lot of crimes in the Philadelphia, because the kids are lost. The teenagers are lost. There's no moral compass. There's no right and wrong. They are not being taught to respect others. They're not being taught to respect the society, respect the law, and also the value of hard work, the value of integrity, value of self-responsibility. That's what's missing in the school system. Right now, what they have been teaching, this indoctrination that you deserve everything. The world owes you something. All right, the government should be giving you this and this and this free. You know, it doesn't work all the times. Look at the other third world countries. Look at the quality of life. They rely on the government to provide them everything. I come from Pakistan. I know how it works there. The quality of health, the hospitals. They don't have oxygen cylinders in the hospitals. They don't have qualified doctors there. They don't have equipment there because everything is done by the government. And I know it's a disaster there. And it's true for all the other third world countries. And they wanted to make America a third world country where everything is controlled by the government. They are pushing for this socialism, communism. This never worked for any country, and this would not work for America. As a Christian, I am a very humble man. I love all the humans because this is what my Jesus taught me. We have to love humanity. We have to do our best for everybody. However, I'm not going to be naive. I'm not going to be like, in simple words, stupid to promise someone that I can do something which I cannot really do. So this is what they are promising. Their words are empty words right now. And that's why we wanted to turn around this country, to make America better, to make America stronger again.
So there's a lot of crime in Philadelphia, in various areas. It's all over the media and social media. Where do you think this originated? And how long has this been going on? And progressively, has it taken X amount of years to reach a certain tipping point? And where are we on that tipping point? And how can it be changed and the future become a little better in terms of the amount of crime that is in Philadelphia?
Well, Philadelphia is hurting bad right now. People are sick and tired of the violence. They're sick and tired of carjackings. There were 562 homicides in year 2021. In 2022, we lost 514 people. Just the last year, we lost more than 400 people. Right now, this is year 2024, and we already have lost more than 120 people in Philadelphia. It is a disgrace. People who are dying on the streets of Philadelphia, they are just not the numbers. They are brothers and sisters, they are sons and daughters of someone. Okay, as a father, I'm concerned about the safety of my family. I have 3 children. I'm concerned about my wife when she's driving outside. Philadelphia is hurting bad, as I said. There is a lot of chaos on the streets of Philadelphia. And there are root causes. What's causing it? And it's simple. First of all, as I said, the failing public schools, the gangs infiltration in the school system, that needs to be stopped. And also, as I said before, there is 10 commandments. They are really needed back in the school system. The teenagers, the kids are lost. They don't know what's right and wrong. The teachers are not allowed to teach them to respect the law, respect the parents, respect the neighbors, respect the teachers. They don't teach them that. Okay, and that needs to be taught back in the school system. Also, the family system. That is one of the most important factors. Family is weakened in Philadelphia. There are many children that are being raised without father at home. The family structure is destabilized right now. So what Democrats have done, they have incentivized the single parents home. So if a woman is single, she gets more food stamps, okay? She gets better Section 8 benefits as long as there is no father at home. And it's killing our city. And I'm not against the single moms. I'm not against the single parents households. What I'm simply saying that it's none of the government's job to incentivize that lifestyle, because the research shows we need father and mother at home. The kids need that stability, the soft and emotional touch of mom, but also the discipline from father. That's how God created a family, and this is what I believe the family should be. Why we have so much high crime rates in Philadelphia, and not only Philadelphia, but all the major metropolitan cities of America, which are controlled by these progressives, these liberal Democrats, because they have destroyed the family. They have redefined the family. They have redefined the marriage. They have taken God away from our lives. They have taken God away from the school system. And those factors are contributing to that violence, those crimes. And above all, they are also soft on crimes. They don't prosecute the criminals. There is no accountability. And as a servant of people, because I believe the politician's job is to serve people, okay, not to rule over them. And that leadership style I learned from my Lord Jesus, because He has taught us to serve other peoples, not like rule over them, because we are called to serve. And this is how I feel about it, that we need to serve Philadelphia, and I'll push for those policies that will reduce and lessen the crimes. And my standard is zero crimes, zero homicides. That's how I wanted to see Philadelphia and our society and America.
Now, a lot of your viewpoints in the lens of how the American core values are, they also very much align with how traditional Pakistani values are as well. There's a
Absolutely.
very much parallel to both of them.
Yes.
As a conservative mindset immigrant who's come here and taken on the challenge of becoming a politician on the road to becoming a congressman, what what shapes you? What motivated you to be here and do all of this? Uh,
God gave me a second chance in life. When I was like 20 years old, I was about to die with aplastic anemia. It was like kind of blood cancer, you can call it. And at that time, when I was about to die, they suggested I needed bone marrow transplant. In Pakistan, that bone marrow transplant was not available. I'm talking about year 2000, 2001. So at that time, I was dying, and doctors predicted that I will hardly survive 6 months. There was no treatment available in Pakistan, and also my mother didn't have any financial resources to send me to America or like other Western countries, advanced countries where I could be treated. So at that time, we didn't have any options but to pray. So my friends, my family, and in the churches, people prayed for me, and God did a miracle. God gave me a second chance. Without any bone marrow transplant, I was healed by the supernatural power of our Lord. So I believe that I'm given a second chance, and it is an obligation for me to serve people. Because if God gave me a second chance, I should use this life to help people to do what is right and to do whatever it takes to do something best for the society, for the world, and especially for America. And this is what I'm trying to do. This is what shapes me. This is what motivates me. That since God saved my life, I owe it to God, and I owe it to His mission. And my Lord has taught me to serve. My Lord has taught me to love others and do what is best. And that's what I'm trying to do as a politician. Right now, I see a lot of darkness in America, and I wanted to fight against that darkness. The darkness of attacking freedoms, darkness of attacking family, darkness of attacking gender, darkness of attacking marriage, and darkness of attacking common sense. And that's what I'm fighting against, to be the light in the world.
and what are some of your thoughts? Now, this is always a touchy subject when we're comparing the Pakistani society versus the American society here. Everybody's free to pursue religion, it doesn't matter and who you are, what you believe in. And Pakistan is not so kind to multi beliefs or pluralism. Pakistan has a very long history of being tyrannical.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. See, as a Christian who come from Pakistan, I understand it very better. When the Constitution of Pakistan says that as a non-Muslim, because I'm a Christian, I can never be the president of that country. When the Constitution says that I cannot hold certain offices, I can understand, I can relate to that, and you're absolutely right that in Pakistan it's a different world where those religious fanatics, those fundamentalists, they control everything, and even the government is scared of, saying something against what they believe in. But what I believe in, what America needs, it is not the same religious fundamentalism what I believe in. I believe that as a Christian, we are all children of God, we are all children of Adam, and we should respect each other. I, as I said, I believe in pure family, nuclear family. I believe that everyone should have right to believe whatever they believe, they wanted to believe. So I don't enforce my belief system on someone else. However, I would also not like to be silent about what I believe in, because this is what the beauty of America is. You can express who you are, and that's why I'm expressing that this is who I am, this is what my faith teaches me. But I'm not going to impose, as a representative people, I'm not going to impose my faith on others, but of course I'm going to express who I am, what I believe in. So that is the difference between Pakistan and America. In Pakistan, you are forced to believe in a certain way. If you don't believe in that way, then you are in a big trouble. And you already know about the blasphemy laws. How many people, innocent people, we have lost. Recently, a few months ago, like what happened. A Christian was brutally attacked and killed right in front of his home. His house was burned, his factory was burned, and then later on, a Muslim was also attacked in Sawat, just over the allegations of blasphemy, uh, you know, acts. So those kind of fundamentalists is very dangerous, and I strongly condemn that.
And strangely, a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, obviously, there are pro God people on the Trump side, on the blue side across the aisle, they're mostly saying there should be a separation of state and church. At a personal level, yes, there is always a need for a higher power that does exist in some fashion. And a lot of people would criticize Trump for being pro-God because in his own speeches he's always mentioning that we need to bring God back into the classrooms and God back into our civic societies. Uh, how does that translate to you? If we remove all the labels, if one culture would call it God, somebody else is calling it by a different name. If we remove all the labels, what do we have left? There is something
Yeah.
unexplainable.
Well, God is a generic term for whatever God you believe in. Right? For example, as a Christian, I believe in the God of Bible. All right. And as you said, like there's some people who don't like that concept. They believe in the separation of church and uh, government. Okay, I can agree with them to a certain level. It is your personal belief system. You shouldn't be imposing your belief system on others, and I agree with that. However, as I said, without God, this nation is lost. Blessed is a nation whose Lord, whose God is the Lord. Okay, as I gave the examples before, without God, there is no moral compass. There are no ethical standards. Okay, the children are lost. They are committing crimes. The society doesn't have any sense of direction and purpose. That's why we need God. Without God, we are nothing. On our US dollar bills, it says, "In God we trust." Our founding fathers were very godly men. Okay, our Constitution is also based on biblical principles. All men are created equal, right, by the Creator. So they believed in a Creator. They believed in God. And if you read the biographies of these founding fathers, most of them were very dedicated men who were church going and who feared God and who loved God. This is actually a propaganda by the radical left. This comes from devil and Satan. Those abominations of attacking the marriage, attacking the family, attacking the gender, they are devilish. They are coming from Satan. That's why they don't want to see God, because if there is a God, there will be a moral standard, and they don't want to see that moral standard. That's why they don't want God anywhere. But I'm proud of saying that we need God back. America needs God back. We need God back. 10 Commandments back in the school system. This is what I believe in, and I believe this is the solution to all of our problems. We need God back. If God is back, everything will be straightened out. There'll be ethical standards, there'll be moral compass, moral standards, and that's what America needs right now in this tough situation.
And in terms of having ethics in society at all levels, it also touches upon race. A lot of people think that the Republican Party is racist and it's only tyrannical in the sense of white supremacy. But the very existence of yourself as a Republican undermines all of that because,
Yes.
and there are so many people in some of the Bronx rallies that we attended recently. There are a lot of people of color, a lot of people from other places as well who are not white, who are not from here, and yet they are Republican and they have a lot of arguments why it is such. How do you feel about the fact that people are always mislabeling the Republican Party as being racist?
Yeah, this is called manipulation. This is called spreading of lies. It's called deception. That's what radical left, the liberal Democrats have done. They have labeled us as racists. They have labeled us, excuse me, the party of white people. But look at me. I am a man of color. I'm an immigrant and I'm a Republican. And I'm not Republican because of my color. I'm Republican by heart because of my values. All right? And there are many people who believe in the same values what I'm talking about. Family is important, God is important, okay, school system is important. It's none of the government's job to interfere in your family, in your business, in your job. All right? And this is what I believe in. That, use the common sense. Empower the individuals, empower the families, okay, empower the society. Don't make people dependent on the government, but give power to people so they could make the right decisions for themselves. All right? Republican is the party of common sense. Republican Party is the party of everyone who believes in family. Republican Party is the party of everyone who believes in the real core American values of hard work, integrity, honesty, hard work, and smaller government. So welcome to Republican Party if you believe in stronger family, smaller government, and more power for yourself and for your family. So we welcome you. It's not about your color, it's not about your ethnic group, it's about the values what you believe in. It's about the prosperity, it's about the strength of America. And this is what I believe in.
A lot of people also going on the race and discrimination aspects have wrongfully believed so far that the Republican Party has done all those things when in reality it's the other party who has created various organizations from the
Yes.
past who have been very brutal towards differences in people for whatever differences those might be.
Yes.
If you have some thoughts on that, definitely please tell us.
Absolutely. See, Democratic Party divides people. Democratic Party uh, divides party based on the race, based on the color, based on gender. They promote the discrimination. They promote the feminism. They promote the socialism. Okay, and they promote the division and the hatred. They sow the seeds based on the color. Hey, that is white person, that is black person. You got to fight with each other. But in everyday American people are not like that. We all work together. We all live together in the neighborhoods. Okay, and we respect each other's. These are the people, these progressives, who highlight, who emphasize on that. And as Martin Luther King said, it's not about your color. It's about the contents of your character. And I believe as a Republican, as a Republican Party, we believe that your character is more important than your color, your ethnicity, your religion. It's about who you are. And this is what we promote. What Democrats have labeling us, they are basically misleading people, they are lying, they are spreading the deceptions because they need to win. When America gets divided, their agenda of hatred wins. They win the elections based on color. They're keeping black America right now. I come from Philadelphia, where majority of Philadelphians belong to African American community. It's 70 years almost now. All right. This one city is controlled by the Democrats, these progressive liberal Democrats. We didn't have a Republican mayor since 1952, right? And look at the results. Our schools are failing. All right. Our crimes, they are skyrocketing. All right. Our families are destroyed. So just think about it. One party, Democratic Party, was controlling the whole council, mayor, everything. They have billions of dollars. But look at the city, what they have done. You come to Philadelphia, there are a lot of abandoned houses, there are a lot of abandoned businesses. Families are destroyed. Drugs on the streets. If you come to Kensington, filled with drugs. Okay? So they have destroyed the family. The crimes are way out of, imagination. The schools are a mess. Everything is a mess. That's why I believe that the Democratic parties, their policies don't work for America. This is why they need to elect Republicans and the good conservative Republicans who could turn around America. People who are honest, who are genuine, who are not in politics to get the name and fame and the other motives that they have, but who are genuinely here in politics to serve people because they are accountable to God and they are accountable to people. And that's what I believe we need to do. America is a great nation. Right now we are going through the tough times, but we are going to survive and thrive again by the grace of the good Lord. America needs God back. We need 10 commandments back in the school system. The human values, the universal human values need to be taught. Respect for life, respect for society, respect for law. That needs to be taught. And also in the end, I would encourage the viewers to please vote for me. I'm Aaron Bashir. I'm running for US Congress. So if you live in Philadelphia, please vote for me. And even if you don't live in Philadelphia, you can financially contribute to our campaign. Our website is bashirforcongress.com, and you can support us, you can pray for us, you can spread the word, and that's all what we are asking for. And in the end, I wanted to say, don't vote for me, vote for yourself, vote for your families, vote for what you're going through. If you're unhappy, if you're sick and tired of this inflation, if you're sick and tired of crimes, if you're sick and tired of what's happening in the schools, what they are doing to this country, you know, all the chaos that's on the streets, the crimes, the drugs, and open borders, it is a time for change. And I'm Aaron Bashir, I'm running for US Congress. I'm looking for your support, I'm looking for your vote.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure, and we will catch up soon.
Thank you so much for having me. God bless you all and God bless America.